Hey guys, it's Truth Hero, and welcome back to another My Hero Academia manga review. Today we'll be looking at Boku no Hero Academia, chapter 193 of the manga. Again, I apologize for being late with this one, but I have a good reason. This isn't a normal chapter of My Hero Academia. There's not multiple characters having their own narratives cross. Instead, we're just spectators with Deku in his dream about his quirk one for all. Instead of describing what happened in the chapter and then analyzing it, I'll just briefly summarize the events and pose to you an ethical question, which is, if you help someone or society, can you expect a reward in return? In the dream, we see Deku unable to move, looking on at the previous users of One for All, as well as a standoff between All for One and his sickly brother. The standoff revolves around All for One trying to get his brother to join him, and his brother, being the righteous and just soul that he is, resisting him and explaining why what he's doing isn't right. Eventually, we see All for One force a quirk onto his sickly brother, which we can only assume is the stockpiling quirk that has been passed down through the generations to Deku, also known as One for All Full Cowling. However, before this, and this is the scene that I'd like to focus on for this video, there are two men that All for One helps out. There's a guy whose face is being disfigured by his fang quirk manifesting itself, and another defenseless man without a quirk who desires security. All for One switches the quirk, he saves the disfigured man, and gives the defenseless man a superpower and hope, and a quirk that looks an awful lot like the rivet bone quirk that All for One possesses. But back to my ethical question, if you help people or society, should you receive rewards or seek compensation? This isn't the first time My Hero Academia has attempted to tackle this question. Think back to the Hero Killer arc. Stain's main gripe with heroes was the fact that they sought compensation for acts of heroism. Stain believed that saving people and protecting people alone was enough, and that it was their duty to do this. One of the hallmarks of a selfless person is that, by definition, they don't expect anything in return. They help people or do something for the greater benefit of society without expecting a reward. They do it out of the goodness in their heart. Let's get one thing clear. This is not All for One. Although I disagree with the brother here and that All for One should be able to help people and give people a chance at self-defense, the catch here is that All for One expects something in return. In the scene where All for One helps the two men, right after doing so, he says to them, "From now on, if I'm ever in trouble, you'll help me, won't you?" Before All for One desired anything in return, you can make the argument that he's a wonderful person. He's helping people and uniting people. What's wrong with this? Jesus helped the weak and the deformed. How is this any different? Well, Jesus didn't go out and seek the weak and the deformed to amass an army of followers like All for One, and he didn't expect anything in return. I mean, he did gain a lot of followers. One of the scariest things we learn about All for One here is that he never actually orders people to do something for him in return. We learn that he gathers like-minded people, albeit very dispossessed people, and that they translate his thoughts and his desires and go carry out acts and crimes on their own volition because they agree with his ideology. This scene in the chapter, especially those eyes, oh my goodness, they show just how powerful and truly evil and scheming All for One really is. I don't think it's unethical to help someone or society and expect something in return. Sure, it's not selfless by definition, but I don't think it's unethical. If I desire a reward for my actions, that's okay. I help you in some way, and you owe me something. The point at which it becomes unethical is when the thing you owe me is a debt. When you feel indebted to me for helping you, and that you must pay me back in some way, perhaps in a way that goes against your morals, that is me not helping you, but taking advantage of a vulnerable situation. And I think that perfectly describes All for One in this chapter. But let me know what you think. Can you truly help someone while also desiring a reward? Let me know in the comments below. As always, thanks for watching. If you like My Hero Academia content, consider enrolling at UA today by clicking the subscribe button down below. Until next time, Plus Ultra.